All right. All right, so we returned out here to our forever home, and you can see all of the forms have been stripped from the last time we were out here. We can see our concrete walls, we can see our footing, and you can also see that we have initiated our waterproofing, and in this case, the install of Comfort Board 80. This is a rock wool product. It is actually classified as a stone wool. I know a lot of people in the industry, they love to call it rock wool insulation, but rock wool is the brand or the trade name. Rock wool is not the type of insulation. It's actually a stone wool insulation, just for clarity. So when you're out there talking, if you want to talk like you know what you're talking about, you call it stone wool. It's made from basalt rock. It gets melted or smelted to a almost liquefied consistency, gets whipped around like a taffy machine and gets stranded out into an insulation. In this case here, it is a bat insulation. We're using 2 inches, has an R value of R8. As much of an energy nerd I am with our projects, the R8 really isn't of a whole lot of concern here in this application, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. We are south of Boston significantly. The beach is literally a quarter of a mile away from here. So there is a lot of sandy soil, and you know, I mean, there's no rocks, there's no gravel. This is, you know, people would pay for this to put it in their kid's sandbox. It's as good a play sand as you can get. But understand, from a building science and a water management perspective, the play sand, or this really granular sand here, it has the ability to drain water very easily. And what that means is that your risk in having water sitting up against the foundation, it's probably, I would argue, almost nil here. And I'm gonna show you why in a second. We're gonna do a little test here, and we haven't tested the test. So what you're seeing on camera is exactly what is happening and what I'm hoping to happen. But the other thing to understand is we're down in the garage pit here. And I know I explained that, you know, in the earlier video where I talked about why did we excavate, because there was an old house here and we're standing in the old basement of the house, and we would have, you know, we could have brought this up with engineered fill, but the choice was let's just cast the taller walls and we'll bring this up. So when it comes to risk, right, the best way to eliminate a leak in a project is to not let it see water. So we're in a condition here where we have beach sand, pretty much. Water is gonna go away. We're also at an elevation here. If we went out and went down into the backyard there, you'd understand that we're probably minus 30 feet down at the bottom of the hill from where I'm standing. So what does that mean? It means that when I look at the topography of the site even, which hydrophobically, you'd want to expand it for probably a half a mile to understand what the ground is doing, right? Because a quarter of a mile from here, the ground is probably doing very similar things to what's happening here.